Hey, Gwen.
Hey, what, Kelly?
Truth or dare?
Dare.
We dare you to do zombie face masks with us.
Ooh.
Not sponsored. While we play a Ouija board.
I'm in.
Yes. So you take, as we're already doing it.
So you squirt the ketchup into the cane sauce cup.
So there is a powder activator that you take the liquid activator, put it in, and then we're going to put it on our face. And what this is going to do is it's going to lift and tighten our skin.
Hell yeah.
Like a zombie.
So excited.
Are zombies known for having lifted and tightened skin?
No, wait, they
Tight as
don't.
fuck.
But it makes you, like, it'll crack your
So
skin first, so you look like a fucking...
How much does it need to be entirely dissolved within the...
I don't think it's rocket science.
Okay.
I think this...
Sorry, I'm a giant nerd. I'm like...
the step one...
Yeah, we know tortoises are like animals. We all
Tortoises are land.
Okay.
Just so you know, tortoises don't go in the sea. And this face mask is.
First of all, it's all in Japanese or
I
something.
think it's Korean.
Oh, God. I'm
Can I
racist.
put it all over?
I'm so racist.
How many racial
How many...
faux pas are you going to make on this podcast?
I feel like I'm not nailing it today.
Podcast. I thought it was going to be a regular
I'm
podcast.
sorry, guys. Okay. Just make sure you're getting this all around. Spread this shit. Okay.
Feels really good.
Do you want
It
a brush,
says-
guys, or you're good?
No, I'm just...
This is
A zombie wouldn't use a brush.
Oh,
A
yeah.
zombie would just spread it on
Spread
their
it.
hands.
Synergy Effect of Zombie Pack
like
contains
that?
94% natural ingredients. I don't want to know what the other
What's
6%.
the other 6%?
Brains.
Yeah.
Brains.
No, this really does kind of look like
Polyester.
fancy sauce.
It does look like, it looks like Benihana yum yum sauce.
It does.
Why am I saying racist shit?
Is yum yum sauce racist? I thought
You
that was
can
just
make
the name
cultural
of it.
references, Kelly.
I feel so, like it smells.
Yeah. It does kind of smell. I'm trying to...
Okay.
It's a weird familiar smell. What is that?
I don't know.
It's kind of cinnamon.
Death.
Yeah.
Cinnamony. What did I get a rotten one?
Yeah, it smells a little bit like yeasty. Not like...
6%.
Like vaginal yeast.
Yeah, just like yeast like that
It's
you
all over my
make
hands.
sourdough with. Like,
All right. So
Kefir.
we're zombied up.
Somebody's gonna think there's cocaine on this table. They're gonna be like,
yes.
this party is.
To the corner.
I'm like, nobody invited me. I'm telling.
Step 2.
Step 2.
Ouija, the
You-
Ouija board.
You wanna
no,
explain
guys.
this?
I don't know about this.
Are you not a Ouija? Are you not a Ouija?
I wasn't allowed to have one.
I wager she's not a Ouija.
Ouija.
If I had to wager, she's not a Ouija.
Yeah, so this is a for real original Hasbro Ouija board.
Wow.
I went to the
I
thrift
guess.
store to
I don't
look
know.
for one and could not find.
You're not gonna find this at a thrift store. Are you kidding me?
Not
You
that
can't
bad,
give
boy.
This away.
I'm gonna wipe this table. I don't want to get the
It's
spirits.
made of real wood.
Oh
So,
shit, that's
yeah.
good quality.
Legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
The
does feel like
Spirits don't respond
William-
to cardboard.
What's that? What's the say at the front? William Flow
Fold.
talking board set.
Yeah. So the Ouija board is like a brand name, but people use like these.
Do you feel it
oracle-
tightening? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
do
I
you
do.
feel
I
it
do feel
tightening?
it tightening a lot.
It feels like I have a zombie's hand just on my face.
I love when zombies sit on me, my face.
Right?
There's a lot of spooky stuff happening at once.
But like an oracle board is what they were called, the non-brand name. So, yeah, and the idea is that you put your everybody puts like 2 fingers on the little planchette.
Do you want to play or are you scared?
Just watch. I'm too scared.
You don't want.
Who do you want to summon? Don't you have to have do you have to have an intention?
Yeah,
I'll put
you
my
gotta
fingers
talk
on
to
it.
You got to talk
But
to it. and
not my
stuff.
right hand.
You got to put your zombie fingers on it.
My
do have
fingers
goo
are
on 'em.
sticking together
Okay.
in a very sexual way.
Okay, so we all
Oh,
put
it's so tight.
so tight. We all put 2 fingers on
Okay.
there. Okay.
Ready.
And then we're going to ask it a question.
But don't we have to ask for Marilyn Monroe to come through, or is that not part of it?
I think
Whoever.
you just ask like spirits from beyond a question and they answer it, kind of like a.
Did you
like
learn
a
that in
8
church?
ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Acting like she fucking mansplains a Ouija board to me. God-splained it to me.
Yeah.
I love the gods.
Do I leave my elbow off the table?
I don't. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be kind of floaty.
you're supposed to be
yeah.
like floaty.
Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes.
That's how you know.
So-
Also, my
the
face is
answer
really itchy. Is your face so itchy
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah. This is
right.
Getting
zombified.
Oh my god! It's
It's cracking.
It's cracking. Like it's happening so fast on you.
Ooh, I
You
love
probably
it.
have did you like dermaplane recently or something?
I did a chemical peel last week.
Okay, so it's
my
gonna
skin is just
it's gonna be
Yeah, just-
absorbing
yeah.
I did
it.
it a couple weeks
Mine's
ago.
like I'm gonna fight through this makeup.
Okay, so we're gonna say, spirit board.
Spirit board.
We are here on the podcast now.
Can we call it a podcast? Is it a show?
A podcast.
The
a show.
podcast show.
We're
The
here.
podcast show.
We're all here. I'm here too.
Faith is here, so be careful.
Are there any spirits in the room with us right now?
Oh my god, it's moving. It's moving.
It's moving. Nobody's moving it? Are we sure? No one's
I'm not
moving
moving it.
No one's moving
It's just
it.
going. It's just going up. It's not moving anywhere. I'm not moving it.
Spirits, we are on a time constraint. So
we got.
we are able to. Yes, there are spirits in the room with us now. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yes,
we gotta
yes.
we gotta move it back
Okay.
to the
We-
center position.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Okay, try again.
Cracking.
Okay,
Yeah,
two
okay.
more fingers,
Yeah.
different fingers, same
No,
fingers.
I've just used my. Okay, so we'll say, spirits.
Spirits.
Do you have any messages for us today?
Well, do you?
Wash off your face mask. I'm not looking.
I'm not
It says no. Spirits do not have any messages for us.
Why are they being so stingy?
This is
Spirits, this is not gonna make
please.
this is not gonna make for a very good podcast.
Spirits, pretty
we
please.
need views and clicks.
So please
What if
help
I
us
put-
to weed.
What if I put 4 fingers on?
Yeah,
Is
maybe
that
4
against?
fingers?
If that's against the.
What is the name of the spirit who's in the room with us? F.
UCKOFF. Fuck off.
You.
It does.
Stop. Who's moving it?
I'm not moving it.
I'm not moving it.
I have my eyes closed.
Okay.
You can check the tape.
Okay.
Is my skin so zombie right now? Oh my god.
Wow, this is the things we do for beauty. This is
Feels good.
uncomfortable.
I don't
Yeah.
like it. Okay.
Okay, spirit. We would like to know your name.
Oh my god, I can feel it move. I can
Okay,
feel it.
S
This is-
F-U-S.
F-U-S.
Fuss. Is really no one moving it?
No.
No.
F-U-S-O. F-U-S-O.
Fuso?
This is not. Spirit, are you illiterate? Oh no, I don't want to insult it. It's gonna.
Please don't insult the
I don't.
spirits.
Sorry, Spirit.
Fusol. F-U-S.
Fuso.
Is it Mussolini? Are we talking to
Fusol.
Fusol?
Fusol.
I'm gonna
Fusel.
go. Should we Google that?
Is that a name? Is that an actual name?
Fusel.
Maybe it's
Warehouse.
European. Maybe it's a European name.
Fibel.
Fuso name.
This is so uncomfortable on my face.
Futsal is a game. I know that. That's what came up.
Football? Did you say football?
No, futsal. It's like
Futsal.
it's like an indoor, like soccer type game.
But F-U-S-O-L.
But it's not. Yeah, it doesn't even come up as anything if I
Hmm.
Fusal. Are you sure that's your name, Spirit?
I asked him that.
Images.
Do we need? Oh,
It's
God.
corrected it. Hold on. Let me make sure it doesn't.
S.
Fusal, right?
Yeah, F-U-S-O-L.
I refusal to believe that that's the right answer. What was that? K? S-K?
Fusal systems.
S-K.
It's like a type. It's like a type of equipment.
S-K.
Okay. Spirit, we are not very good at spelling your name, but could you tell us like a message that we need to hear?
Okay.
Is there a message that
there's
we
a
need to hear?
message. Okay. I like 2 fingers. Sorry. Oh, my fucking arm's moving. Do you guys hear like a song?
B.
Aggressive.
B.
B-E. Aggressive.
Yeah, what is happening in the rest of this building?
Horseshoes.
Horseshoes.
Sounds like spirit.
Hand grenades. Can't hear me.
Was
I
it a
should stay
K?
right here.
What was the first?
W B W.
What was the first one?
B?
BW.
He wants us to go to B Dubs. He wants us to get
Oh,
wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
25-cent boneless.
Hell
maybe?
yeah.
BWP.
I'm glad we have Google.
I don't think this is a. Is this how they played in high school?
That's how I've always played.
BWP is Burbank Water and Power.
So you're from California. Okay. All right. This
we're
is all
putting
making
it
sense
together.
now.
Yes,
This
your
is all
name's
making sense.
Fusel.
Fusel.
You're from
Yeah.
Fusel.
Yeah.
You're from California. California.
My skin is falling off my
Oh
face.
yeah. This is gnarly. Did you ever Ouija board?
I did, but I don't ever know. I don't even remember asking anybody anything.
You just moved it around.
Yeah, I don't think it worked. Just like this face mask is not working for me. Oh, why did we do this?
This is our
I
worst
had-
dare ever.
I had a mask. Like, I remember in high school that I would put on my face, and it would feel a lot like this.
This
Was it like the
It would crackle, like, on my face.
and was it like that blue clay mask?
yeah.
Yeah.
one of the ingredients is corn,
Ooh.
Corn. It's a corn
Corn.
mask.
albumin, corn, aloe,
These are all good things.
lavender,
Corn.
propus extract.
Corn.
It's corn. Yeah, that was in the powder. Tip: it is recommended to use 1 or 2 times a week. Nope, won't be doing that.
Where did you find out about this?
I think I saw Drew Barrymore do it,
Oh.
and
Did she like it? Was she
Contain-
like, this is the best?
it's. I have a makeup brand called Flower.
If you use this on your face,
I have a whole line of luggage.
I want to give everyone in my audience these zombie masks.
When I was
I'm
in a
gonna
movie,
look into your
Firestarter,
eyes.
Adam
You
Sandler
ever see her?
is my
Yeah.
friend.
Like
She's
how
wild.
she like gets into people. She does
so-
that to like
so
Oprah. She's Oprah.
we're holding hands. She read the poems that Megan Fox wrote about Machine Gun Kelly in a way that was like so relatable. Did you hear it?
I've heard about her poems. I heard somebody else read them though in a less flattering way. I feel like.
Yeah.
I
on a
never
podcast.
want to hear that sentence again. Like when Drew Barrymore was reading the
Megan
poetry
Fox's
that
poetry.
Megan Fox wrote about Machine Gun Kelly. Like that sounds like you're having a stroke. that does not sound like a
Can
sentence.
you imagine me saying that to a kid when I'm in, like being taken care of when I'm 90?
And they're like,
Did you ever hear the poem that Megan
Sure,
Fox
Nana.
wrote about Machine Gun
She
Kelly?
had great tips.
you back
she
to
wrote
bed.
No,
beautiful poems.
She told him that she had more potential. All the boys had potential.
that was in the poem.
That
All
was
the
in the
boys
poem.
have potential.
No, it was something about falling in love with potential. Anyway, Drew Barrymore's legend.
she is a legend.
She is a legend.
She is
I
a
love
legend.
Drew Barrymore.
I loved her in Batman Forever.
Who did she play?
She was the
Michael Keaton is my Batman.
Michael Keaton is your Batman.
Mm-hmm.
You need
So
that on
like
a
your
t-shirt.
religion.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
Michael
like
Keaton is my
Jesus.
Batman.
Yeah, Val Kilmer too.
No, she was like one of the Riddler's girlfriends.
Ah,
Yeah.
ah.
I loved her in Never Been Kissed.
Oh,
So
That was my
good.
favorite Drew
So
Barrymore
good.
when I was
Can
younger.
the whole trope of a high school teacher falling in love with a teenage girl?
Why was that happening so often?
So often. Pretty Little
Yeah.
Liars did it. Never Been Kissed did it.
American Beauty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Was he a teacher?
He was just a
Just a
dad.
dad.
But she was in high school.
Lolita. That was
Yeah. But it's like, have we not?
yes. There's a reverse. It's called The Boy Next Door, and it's where Jennifer Lopez, cougar, falls in love with the boy next.
Nope.
Starts doing him,
Nope.
doing a high
Is
school
this a
boy.
newer movie?
Newer as in 10 years ish.
Okay, well that's newer in my book.
Yeah.
Like that's new enough to be like, wow, that's kind of like
The boy
we're still
next
doing that.
door.
Like
Yeah,
you
we're
said,
still
we're
doing that.
still
But then
doing
he fatal attractions it. Like, I'm going to tell everybody. So it's a
course.
horror. So it's a horror. I mean, it was a
Oh.
horror to begin with, but
It just people must still be
Oh,
getting horny off those.
Jennifer Lopez?
No,
Yeah.
well, yeah,
obviously.
always. I just mean like off of like the teacher student.
Hot for teacher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they like it.
Do you remember Friday Night no, what's the other football movie? Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues.
When the stripper was the teacher.
Yep.
You think that if you're a teacher in a small Texas town, you'd know better.
Yeah,
than
you
to
don't
go
get
to
to
the-
do both of those things.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can't be doing. You gotta like go to the next town over. if
Yeah.
you
Choose
wanna
one.
Be stripping.
Yeah.
I thought
3
it-
towns over, really, for you to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought like if I were forced to like quit my job or like to lose everything,
Sure.
I'm like at least I'm still a woman.
Yeah.
And I could go probably make $50.
Would
being
you
like-
rather be a
being like,
rather
"Here's
be a
my
stripper or do
titties."
porn?
Stripper.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
Strippers. Stripping is all customer service. It's
That's
all,
what I
it's
mean.
all-
That's why I
Sometimes they
don't
just
like
wanna
it,
talk to
though.
like
she said that's why I don't like it.
99%
You have
of the
to be
time they just
nice
want to talk
to
to
them.
you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And you just kind of like, oh, do
I
you
used to
like
work at
that?
Hooters, so that's basically the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You worked there when you were in college?
I worked there when I was 16.
That was legal?
That is disgusting.
You were
Back-
16 and you...
I remember on my 18th birthday, one of the regulars bought me a T-shirt that said almost barely legal, almost legal on it, and he had it signed by Ron Jeremy because they got it at the Hustler Hollywood up in
Oh my
Monroe.
God.
Yeah, they
That was a
did.
birthday present a grown man gave to me.
I got to open for Ron Jeremy one time.
On the bed or in comedy?
In comedy. In comedy.
Does he do comedy?
He's in prison right now, so he doesn't do it anymore. But yeah, he used to do comedy.
He did like reality shows.
That's actually
and then
how he
toured
got
and did-
started.
Comedy?
So he was a special ed teacher,
It's just-
and
we're making a mess probably.
I gotta
So
get
we
this
probably
off me
are.
soon.
It's crusty.
And he would go up and do like the Borscht Belt circuit in New York and stuff.
Borscht Belt.
Yeah, the Catskills comedy.
nice.
Yeah. And then he came to New York to do an audition just for like, with like an open call audition for like TV or something in general.
And they were like, "You have
And
a
they cast him in
huge
porn.
tick."
Yeah, they sure did. They sure did.
No way.
Yeah. So the greatest thing about opening for Ron Jeremy was that, normally when you go to a comedy show, the headliner goes last. Ron Jeremy goes first.
Love that. I love when headliners go first.
Yes, because
And
he,
they
That's wild.
Yeah.
he was like, I don't want anyone better than me to go before me.
Well, and it's also like that's who they came here to see. So
Gets it out of the way.
gets
you
it out of
know?
the way, and then they
Yeah.
can just enjoy the rest of the show and be like, "Oh, that person's also funny." When they're waiting for you to get the fuck away
Yeah.
so they can go see Pauly Shore,
Feels pretty bad
they don't
sometimes.
like you
They
as
don't care.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, I can't believe you opened for him. That's
Yeah.
fun.
Well, it was at a line dancing bar in Kokomo, Indiana. So this is not like.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Fame.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. It was great. And Ron Jeremy sold merch after the show. And like,
Just pictures of his dick.
well, they were like glossy 8x10 headshots of him. And like some of them were just like his headshot or something, or like holding a
Yeah.
rose or something. But some of them, it was like an 8x10 printed photograph of him fucking someone.
He signed them and everything.
Yeah,
That's
autographed it.
fun.
Mhm.
I feel like OJ would do comedy, like eventually. Like
Oh.
had he been out of prison long enough,
He's
he
a
would've
little
been-
bit cheeky,
Yeah,
you
he
know?
would've been like,
He
I'm
is.
doing stand-up
He
now.
is,
I'm
yeah.
doing-
Maybe not stand up so much as like, when people do those like a night with OJ Simpson,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a one-man
yeah.
show. It's like kind of stand-up. Maybe he dances a little bit.
Yeah,
does
yeah, like
sketch
Jonathan
humor.
Van Ness does,
Like,
where
hey,
he
y'all
does
in the world.
gymnastics or whatever.
Getting
yeah.
curious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They have like an orchestra playing. Like, you have to have
Yeah.
something else going on.
Yeah,
because they're not a comedian.
he can't do like a whole hour.
Right.
Yeah, they
so.
do a lot of pivoting. Like people who don't necessarily do comedy. Like it seems like comedy is something that people pivot to eventually.
They
What-
all think they can do it.
Yeah.
I think it's just a way to get to people to like. They know that they can get enough people to show up and watch them do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like,
But what can I sell tickets to?
and they're like, it'll be easier for me to do something funny and charming than it will be
Yeah.
to do like,
One time,
Vulnerable.
yeah.
One time I went to see Jason Alexander, that plays George. He did a one-man musical show with Cincinnati Pops Orchestra.
Nice.
Interesting.
And it was really good because
Yeah.
he was like a Broadway star before.
Oh, fun.
He was on Seinfeld, so he
I
like
like that.
sang and danced, and then we did got to do the meet and greet. 'cause
Love
I,
it.
wanted. I got a picture of
I went and
Myself
saw Lily
Jason
Tomlin.
Alexander.
Jason Alexander. I loved it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. That's what was the end.
I was like, and we're gonna segue into mine.
That was it.
Lily Tomlin is a comedian technically, but she was known for sketches.
Right.
So she would like introduce a sketch that she used to do back in like the 80s, and
Yeah.
then she would just do it, and then she would just talk about like her life, and then go back to a sketch.
Interesting.
And
Got
so I
ya.
was like, yeah, that's still her and doing the hits.
Right.
And I think like
Nothing but
that
the
kind of
hoops.
stuff also plays better like in other countries. Like
Really?
yeah, you know, fringe type shows.
Yeah.
And
Oh, like when Joan Rivers did her one woman
Yeah,
show in Edinburgh. Or what?
yeah. And
would've
like
been cool to
stand up
see.
in Australia is a little bit like that too, where it's a little more storytelling based than like punchline jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I like that.
don't, so if they're like, hey, let me cash in on this.
Being
Yeah.
me shit.
This being me shit, which is all what we're all doing.
Oh my God.
Isn't it?
I
That's
don't
why I
ca-
have this zombie face mask on.
Yeah,
is
and
to
the more fans you have, the more you can just
do
be
whatever.
you.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have to be as gimmicky.
Show up and do whatever you want. yeah.
Right.
Who's the weirdest person that you guys have like paid to go see money? Like, wait, paid to go see?
Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Dustin Diamond.
Yeah.
That's
You saw
cool.
him do comedy, or
Yes, I did see him do comedy. and
Okay.
How was
awful.
it? It was awful.
Awful.
Oh.
I do not consider myself like a you know, easily offended, like delicate flower.
No, of course
like,
not.
You know, I've heard a lot of comedy. It made me blush. Like it was so like sexually offensive. It made me blush. And like at one point, somebody in the audience just stood up and yelled about him. Talk about Saved by the Bell.
Because
That's what they really wanted to see.
This
was
is
him.
what you came
Oh, they
for.
wanted.
Yeah,
I love
no
it.
one cares about your terrible pussy eating jokes.
I think the worst person was Philip Phillips, probably like the American Idol,
Oh,
like an American Idol winner. I know it's not a comedian, but
Still kind of an obscure, like, was
I
it good?
I don't.
was it like at a county fair?
No, it was like at a like the Ludlow Garage, and it was the last night of his tour, and he was phoning it the fuck in. He's like,
was
"It's
done
my
with this
last
shit."
night. I want to go home and see my family.
Oh.
Here's a song that you've heard a million
Sucks.
times. Sing along,
Or don't.
you old women." But yeah, I haven't paid to see comedy in a very long time.
Yeah.
Right, because you don't really want to spend all your
Yeah,
extra time around it.
But when I do, it has to be someone that I'm like obsessed with.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to see a celebrity that you're like, oh, I liked you in that TV show
Yeah.
that you did for a while. It's like, well, that's never really who they are either.
Right.
And their stand up is also usually not.
Yeah.
They're not that character, and then they're also not that good usually.
Yeah. Don't
They're
meet-
fine,
Yeah.
but they're not like I'm so glad I went to this. But that's the thing is like they only need to cash in on it one time, you know.
Like everybody always wants to go see Steve-O when he's at like Funny
Yeah.
and stuff. That's
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those ones that's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a
I
comedian.
mean, he does
but
stand up, but it's like, yeah, he's not a stand up comedian.
Yeah.
Like people just want to hear him talk about
getting hit in the balls
Jackass
once.
and
Yeah.
I did get to perform at the Mic Drop in San Diego, and it was the same night Andrew Dice Clay was performing, and my show was right after his. So I was back in the green room when he was finishing up, and the audience just fucking, I mean, they remember him from, and so I was like, is he going to end on the nursery rhymes? And he did. So I'm back in the green room listening to all the nursery rhymes from the 80s, just like smiling and laughing, being like, how am I here? Like,
How does
I
this-
had a very surreal moment where I was like, I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, Andrew Dice Clay is doing his nursery rhyme bit on stage, and then I'm going on, like, for my own show in an hour.
really cool.
Incredible.
It was a really cool moment, but I was like, they're going to go see him for who he was then too. You know,
Yeah.
they want they want the hits.
Oh, absolutely. Well, what is, like,
Freebird. Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan, like people get mad if he doesn't do the
Hot Pockets,
bit.
yeah.
He has to do it every show where people like ask for refunds and shit.
I've only been at one show that like that. It was Ryan Hamilton. He comes out and he's doing his like opener, and people are like, balloon bit, do the hot air balloon. They were like yelling it out, and he goes, I'll do it at the end. And I was like, I've never been at a show where people yelled requests.
I saw Shane Torres one time,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Hey, I'm just going to get this out of the way in the beginning.
I'll do the Guy Fieri.
I don't do that
the
Guy Fieri
Fieri.
bit anymore.
I knew it was going to be that one.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well, that
people
bit is
would
so good.
But it's like you've already heard it. You already love it. Don't you want to hear what else they have to say?
I just don't feel like when I go see comedy shows, I want to hear an old joke ever.
But like
Not that I expect to, but I mean, you
Oh
want
my
to hear
God.
new material that makes you
one time
laugh.
I went to see Alice Cooper and he didn't say play Frankenstein,
Frankenstein.
and I was really upset.
Yeah.
That's,
So
yeah.
I feel like that's different. Though. Like
But
the songs, yeah.
is it?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not.
Songs can hit you for a lifetime.
Yeah.
A joke, once you memorize it, it's like you memorized a joke. I don't know.
Yeah,
I do
that's
remember
how I feel.
that it was like a month before I started stand-up comedy. I used to sit in my cubicle at work and I would listen to this podcast called Comedy and Everything Else. It was Todd Glass, Jimmy Dore.
Love Todd Glass.
So I went and saw Jimmy Dore at Go Bananas, and I remember he was doing a bit, and it was a bit that he had done on the podcast. And for the life of me, I don't know what held me back from doing it. Thank goodness I did not do this. But he started the bit, and I almost said the punchline. I would have fucked.
Been mortified.
He would
Would've
have
died.
He would have killed me from
Yes.
the stage. And I was like, thank God I didn't do that. Because I even told him afterwards, I was like, oh, I must finish your bit. He goes, oh my God, thank God you didn't. I was like, I think I'm going to try stand up. And he's like, do it. And then a month
Really?
later, I did my first open mic.
What?
Yeah,
so
and then a
cool.
year later, I worked with him again when he came back to Go Bananas. I hosted for him,
That's
and I was like,
awesome.
I was the girl that made the Marty Flipman T-shirt. I made a fucking T-shirt. That's how big of a fan of their podcast I was.
I love that.
Wild.
But yeah, hearing the bit, I wanted to repeat it to be like, I'm a fan.
Right. To impress him.
They-
And now
but-
that I'm a comic,
I know
I'm like,
all the
no.
words.
now that I'm a
don't do
comic,
that.
I'm like, people are yelling out bits for you to do. What are you, a fucking clapping monkey? I feel like
Answer
I
yes.
feel like I'm getting skin flakes on the microphone.
wipe
Yeah,
off.
people are not.
Should we-
gonna
Probably.
be-
Yeah, I think we should.
I think we
Yeah.
should watch
I
this
think
off.
we're good.
Yeah.
This was fun. What was the guy's name?
Fusel.
Fusel
If you're the relative of
from
Fusel,
Burbank.
please contact us.
Let us know
Let-
what we were doing wrong.
If you are a manufacturer of a Ouija board, please tell us how we did that wrong. And if you have a truth or a dare that you would like us to do, please tag us in the comments.
Yes.
We would love to give you a shout out on the show and read your truth or your dare. Gwen, thank you so much for coming.
Oh,
you,
thanks for
Gwen.
having me. This has been a blast. Thanks. My skin's gonna be looking
Fantastic.
great.
Let's
so.
wash this shit off. Like, subscribe, comment.
I dare
you.